Alright, so we're back at it again. This time we're doing a reaction for the newest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1144. It is titled A Time for Warriors. So this chapter actually came out, I think, about 5 or 6 hours ago, probably. So for me, it's about 10 p.m., so it probably came out around 3 or 4 today, would be my guess, maybe even around noon. So let's get started. Like I said, it's called A Time for Warriors. We see Yamato. We see some ladies coming up, and Yamato's got a couple scratches and all on her. But some girls are coming up and holding her hand and crying because she saved them, and she's shaking their hands. She's still got Yasuo's sword in her hands. She has beaten up what looks to be all of Page One's men, like his people. Like there's a couple guys and like a girl on the ground, but we can't see Page One anywhere. And then we see Tama is helping what's his face, the carpenter that was Frankie's like teacher while he was in Wano, and the cousin or brother of that one guy from back in the East Blue who fixes doors. It's him. He's there. I guess he was still kidnapped. Let me see. It's volume 29 of the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage. Liberating the girls and Minamoto, the carpenter. Nice. Well, good for us. Oda's note. The real-life Zoro. I'm not going to butcher that name. I will say Arata, because I believe that is the correct pronunciation of that part of the name, has been dropping by the studio recently to play the One Piece card game. He really enjoys it. Good for him. He should run a Zoro-based deck. Alright, we're about to get hype right now, because we're at the first part of this chapter is cutting to two of my favorite characters right now in Elbaf. Do you know who that is? Frankie and my girl Ridley. So let's get to it. Frankie says, "What the hell is that?" The narrator. "The Atom Tree tour continues." Ridley says, "Well, what do you think it is?" I'm with Frankie. "What the hell is that?" It looks like the old treehouse for the Code's Name Kids Next Door. "This has always been here. It's giving me scientific vibes," says Frankie. "Haha, I figured you of all people would appreciate it, being a cyborg and all." I agree. It definitely looks future-esque. It's weird, though. I can't really tell. I mean, it just looks like a weird treehouse thing. "Why would there be a facility like this in a country of warriors?" Ah, Lilith's coming up. "Hey, Frankie, you're here." And so is Bonnie. "I was just thinking I'd like to show you this place later." And then Bonnie says, "It's awesome here, Frankie." Lilith, "Bonnie, what are you two doing here?" "We got lost. Thanks for finding us." "Guess even geniuses get lost." "It's good we found you," says Ripley. "There was a horn blast earlier, so the woods might not be safe right now." Can we please see my girl Ridley in a full shot? Oh, Oda, you're killing me. Lilith says, "In any case, this facility really is stunning. I estimate that it's been here for at least 3,000 years. I'm sorry, I gotta get a weird look at the camera. 3,000 years. Dude, in the One Piece timeline, that's really freaking old, guys. Like, that's a long time ago, 3,000 years. Frankie says, "What? How did you calculate that? There's no way it's that old." And then my girl Ridley says, "We can't really refute that claim. Honestly, even we locals aren't sure about the origin of this building." Now that's something worth researching. I think I'll make myself at home here. "You'll get lost again." I think that's Frankie saying that. "Well, I'm going to check it out for myself," Ed says Frankie as it looks like he's about to go in. Bonnie goes, "Yeah!" freaking out. Ridley says, "What's wrong, Bonnie?" And it cuts to, "Look out!" She says, "Look out!" And then this is hilarious. And we did get a full shot of Ridley, but it's not a very attractive shot. It's like too far away, but I might still think about using this panel. This is kind of neat. It's like literally a weird form of Zeus, like a weird mean Zeus thundercloud. And the title box they gave for the cloud is "What I Find Most Scary, Thunder." But it's technically a cloud producing lightning, because thunder is just a sound. "There's something behind you!" Frankie turns around. "Oh man, this is unreal. Elbaf's just full of crazy stuff, huh?" "No, that's not familiar. What kind of creature is that?" says Ridley, freaking out too. Western Village, what I find most scary, Dragar or Drugar. These are, forgive me for people who could know what these are and me being incorrect. They are from, like, Norse mythology. They're kind of like undead Vikings that have turned into skeletons because they've been dead, right? People decay. But they stay as fighting warriors, and they essentially just fight forever. They're very hard to kill. They're constantly, like, healing, reforming, and fighting. The best way I could reference this to you, spoiler warning, mild spoiler warning for Vinland Saga. I'm going to say it one more time. Minor spoiler warning for Vinland Saga. We'll say season 2. When Thorfinn's doing his whole moment where he believes he's in Valhalla, and Jesus, why I'm Askeladd. I don't know how I can think of my goat's name. Askeladd gives him that whole speech as to how his real journey and his real battle is to journey farther than Thor's did, right? But down there in that Valhalla, you just see essentially undead warriors fighting each other over and over. They get cut down and they pretty much just get back up and they just keep fighting. It's like an endless war of these, warriors. And that's essentially what a Dragar, forgive my pronunciation, is. Anyways, the chapter continues. Sober up and grab your weapons. That fire Svarl was wrecked. It's not just a regular zombie, it's a Dragar. What could have brought the children's imagination to life like this? Where are the chiefs? We're waiting on their orders. They're drunk. They drank too much. They're still holed up in the privy. You're kidding, they say. And then Brooke cuts in. This couldn't be more surreal. A giant me? Wow, he's angry about that. A random giant says, you visitors should fall back to the edge of the village. Should I carry you all there? Usopp says, hey, you don't need to keep us at arm's length. We want to help fight, says Usopp. And Jinbei says, you said that last bit a little too quietly. Either way, there's definitely something strange happening on this island. Nami's just ... And then somebody says, that's enough, Colin. Why not? I'm a warrior too. I can fight. I just told you no. I'm Gyaban's son. And that doesn't make you Gyaban. A battlefield's no place for a child like you. And he pushes him over. Kya. Jarl. Mm-hmm. What's wrong, Missy? I'm sorry. There's something I didn't tell you before. You're saying one of the intruders looked just like Red Hair? Yeah, and both of them were seriously strong. One of them had a really weird ability. In this world, strange powers usually come from devil fruits. If it's an unknown element, odds are it's a devil fruit user. Good job, Jinbei. Spread the word that there are 2 humans other than the Straw Hats on Elbaf. Report back as soon as you find them. Got it, right away. Are you sure it's only 2 intruders, says Brooke. All this chaos suggests there could be more. Right, get the word out, now. Man, my boy Brooke and Jinbei, man, these guys are really crafting, like, they're theory crafting right here on the spot as to how this is happening. Like detectives. Nami did a good job of letting them know that, too, giving out information. I don't know who's behind this, says Nami, or where they're hiding, but anyone who kidnaps children in broad daylight is nothing but scum. I'm with you, Nami. Always protect the kids. Usopp says if they're taking hostages, they must have something else planned for Elbaf. I've never heard of a kidnapping like this before. I won't let them get away with it, says Jarl. We'll lend you a hand. We'll just need a human-sized ship too. Don't be ridiculous. You're our guest. You should go hide somewhere safe. Hey, just wait a sec. Where are Dory and Bragi? Still stuck in the privy. They seriously need to lay off the booze. If the culprits are human-sized... ... we'd be better suited to dealing with this. They're right. The giants can take care of the big things. We should focus on the intruders. And then Brooke says, agreed, but Elbaf is too big for us to search on foot. And Nami goes, and looks over. Heave ho, heave, ah. And she's looking at Colin heading to a boat with a bunch of stuff. Huh? You want to come with me? I thought you were going to tell me to stop, says Colin. All right then, but I get to be the captain. That's so cute, says Nami. Let's go, Colin pirates. Set sail. Hey, you're big enough to row. Onwards. And then it cuts to our girl. I really can't think of her name right now. One of the God's Knights, Gunko. All warrior, and this looks like a broadcast because she's wearing headphones. Except I think she's just listening to music on a tone dial. They say TD, so I'm guessing they're essentially tone dials. But this seems like a radio thing that's coming in because of how it's blocked out now, rather than being a normal speech box. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Or like an announcement, but it says, all warriors in the Sun Realm, please be advised there was a confirmed sighting of humans other than the Straw Hats earlier at Quest Castle. Consider them hostile and dangerous. Gihaha, it's Gunko's post-meal ritual. It's not a ritual. I just like it. That's a TD, right? We should have a singing contest. You're out if you mess up. Bam. It's nice having a hobby. What's your favorite song? I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to do this live while I'm reading the chapter. It says New World. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Is that not one of Uta's songs? Okay, it's not. I'm thinking of a different song then. She says New World is her favorite song. Yeah, ha ha ha, you got a problem with the current one? You shouldn't mock the interest of other summers. Ah, my bad. Anyways, looky over there. That grown-up is going all out to try and save the kids, and that's Saul. New World. I would swear that was one of Otto's songs, but they're New Genesis, I'm Invincible, Backlight, Fleeting Lullaby, Top Music, The World's continuation, Where the Wind Blows, and they did Big Sake. But I don't think there were any more that I didn't. No. But I thought New World was one of them, so maybe we've just heard New World somewhere else, like other than just the phrase "the New World" in One Piece, like as a song, because that seemed really familiar. Maybe somebody else will actually know what that means, like Artor or maybe another YouTuber like Tekking or somebody. I'm interested in figuring out what that is and see if we know that song already. I'm thinking it's the one who said that that's a tone dial. We should have a singing contest. You're out if you mess up. That's Summers, clearly. I'm thinking the one saying it's nice to have a hobby and asking her favorite song is probably. I'm having trouble remembering his name. Dragon guy. Killingham? Killingham? Whatever. Gillingham? Whatever. But anyways, Killingham, after them saying, New World, and Gahad, you got a problem with the current one, says Summers. You shouldn't mock the interests of others, Summers. My bad. Anyways, look over there. That grown-up is really trying to go all out to save those kids, and then that's Saul. Now, there ain't no way they can stab me. They ain't going nowhere. You've got this, Saul, says Robin and Chopper, as he stands in front of them with two shields. The kids are just following this cloth, right? But it's heading straight for the flames. They'll die if I don't stop them. So instead, when they walk into the shield and they can't walk any farther forward, all right, they stopped. The next one then goes to walk into her, and then they both get kind of poked by the storms. Prick, prick, ah. And Saul goes, what the? And he's freaking out. Wow, sorry, Yova, Scotty, Olaf, you okay back there? What now? If I stop one, they all start pricking each other. That's disgusting. Who could do such a thing? I agree, because that's even worse, because if those can stab through Saul's hands, those could totally start stabbing and hurting the kids if they all pushed into each other too hard. Saul, it must be the work of a fruit ability. They have to be close by. The kids would reach the fire before we found them. We can't let that happen. Saul just starts grabbing a rope. He swings around like a lasso. If we can't stop the ones in the front, then we'll start with Bjorn in the back. Yes, he's out of the line after he ropes him. If I can stop the rest one by one. He stops that one and he goes, Looks over, and what I find the most scary. Fenrir. Fenrir is like a wolf monster, again, from Nordic legend. I actually learned that one from Yu-Gi-Oh! Says, no way, they're actually controlling these monsters too? Who's behind this? Dude, I love Saul's expressions. He looks like he is spazzing. Chopper goes, yeah. We cut back to the library or the school. It says, Principal, it's not just a western village. Other villages are reporting monster sightings. They're appearing all over Elbaf. It must be some kind of ability. We need to find them fast. Right. Western village outskirts. Finally. Oomph. I didn't think Draugars were real. Who knew taking one down would be this much trouble? Carry the injured back to the village. Rawr. What is a dragon just spitting what looks like lightning, but I'm thinking is fire at these guys? A Nidhogg. I'm guessing a Nidhogg is a type of dragon. What I find most scary, a Nidhogg. I thought the Nidhogg was something else. I won't lie to you, but apparently it's a dragon. Maybe it's a dragon that shoots lightning, and gives it that name. And then what I find the most scary, a ghost, and it's just a funny ghost with a top hat, kind of like the ancient giants. A hat that has horns like the ancient giant. The best way to describe it, it actually kind of looks like that one Marine who wears the top hat, who has like the cannon fruit, except he doesn't have horns. I don't think. I've only seen him a couple times. Maybe he did have horns. That's why it's reminding me of him. Anyways, the giants say it's no use. They keep coming. We won't be able to protect the village. Everyone take cover. Oh, and then we see the axe and the sword. Ready, Dory? Absolutely, Bragi. Hakaku sovereignty! Boom! And they literally blow a hole in the ghost and the Nidhogg at the same time. But that really does not surprise me. It just says, yeah, this is the Svarl mode of our mighty ship, the Great Eirik. You monsters are now in for it. We'll get you for making us waste our booze. Yeah, we had to sober up this fast. Yes, did the chiefs do that? No, it's the giant warrior pirates. Did the chiefs? Which ones are the chiefs? Is it just Jarl? Sorry, we're late. We had to barf up all the booze. What a waste. Leave the beast to us. You guys take care of the kids. Mountain Eater. Yasan. That ship's basically invincible now. I'm sorry, he's on the ship somewhere? Doesn't show us where, but it implies that he's on the ship too. The Pirate King's left hand arrives. Colors spread to celebrate the anime's return in our next issue. And that's the end of the chapter. So what I'm going to state very fast. First, this was a very good chapter. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It was very good. I like seeing the Hakaku sovereignty again. It's an attack I'm kind of getting used to in the story. We've now seen Dory and Bragi use it. This is, I believe, their third time. We have now seen Big Mom use it once. And essentially, Big Mom and Kaido did it together. I think they called that Hakai. It was a different blast, but it was essentially the same type of attack where they put two people's force together and shoot it like a massive energy blast. I think the difference is that Hakai, what they used, had Conqueror's Haki imbued on it too from both of them, essentially. Was the biggest difference. Other than that, it seems like almost the exact same attack in the way that they do it. But clearly they're still strong, as we knew. Dory and Bragi are no joke. For them to be as shown as early in the story as they were, and to have essentially been gooned on by Mr. 3, and things like gunpowder beating them up. But I guess gunpowder in your innards is going to fuck you up no matter what, no matter how big you are. So I guess that does make sense. But the wax fruit being able to hold these guys down when they're this strong is a little crazy. But they were a little out of practice at that point, too, just fighting each other. So I'm sure over time they've become a little stronger again. I'd like to think they have hockey, too. I don't know if we've been shown the guys use hockey. I don't know what they're going to do to stop the kids. Somebody's probably got to go help them take out the Fenrir. That or one of them will. Chopper, Robin, somebody. Excuse me. We'll have to deal with that while Saul tries to save the kids. And I can't really think of a better way for them to save the kids. What I am wondering, though, because I could totally see it happening, if the kids were going to end up walking off a ledge or going to hurt themselves, I could totally see Robin using her Devil Fruit to spawn a ton of hands and hold them all in place, even if it's going to stab her about 1 billion times and make her bleed all over the place. Robin would totally do that to protect all these children. So I don't think Oda's going to do that, but that is totally an option. It looks to be only 3, 6, 9 kids in total in the line, roughly. So, I mean, dude, it'd mess her up real bad, but I'm sure Robin could produce easily. We know she can produce 18 hands, just 2 to hold each, and that would probably be enough. But the point is, it would stab her. But I mean, it would just put a bunch of stabs through both of her hands and arms, which would really suck. But it's not like she hasn't been done dirty before. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. But yeah, very good chapter. A lot of cool stuff. I like that Scopper is about to probably actually start fighting next chapter, or within the next couple chapters. We'll probably see him actually just one-tap one of these guys like Dorian Bragi did. We'll probably see Luffy or somebody else one-tap one of these guys here soon, too. It seems as though the Straw Hats are more than likely going to go after the Gods Knights, while the rest of the Giants are going to take out the big boys. So, except it seems that the Giant Warrior Pirates want to take out the big boys, and they're just going to leave the normal Giants to help them with the kids, which is fine, too. Excuse me, goodness. I'm really sorry about that. I try not to yawn or anything while I'm on here. Yawn, burp, any of that. Anyways, good chapter. I don't really have anything poor to say about it whatsoever. I'm very happy that we got to see Ridley. I have no idea what this treehouse is. And I'm interested in the song The New World. I'm wondering if we're going to hear about that at some point, or if we can find out that that has some kind of credence to something with Gunko. I know there's a popular theory going around that Gunko is a Revolutionary Army member based on her aesthetic, the goggles, mostly just her aesthetic more than anything, the goggles, how she doesn't seem in any way to be one of the one of the celestial dragons, but she is in fact a God's Knight. It could be kind of like how they went to go recruit Loki, because he's so powerful and he can influence Elbaf. Maybe they tried to do the same thing with Gunko and the Revolutionary Army, but it just didn't work. Or it's more like a shield situation where Dragon sent Gunko undercover to go be useful to them. Either way, it's interesting. I'm assuming Ridley and or Frankie is going to blow away that storm cloud. But yeah, good chapter. Colin's probably going to end up getting into a bit of a tough spot at some point, trying to take the other Straw Hats around. I'm assuming something will happen to him and they'll have to protect him. Somebody will. The only people who I believe went with Colin, though, are what? Nami, Usopp, Brook, and Frankie. That's quite the squadron, if I'm being honest with you, actually. Those are some cool people. Cool characters. Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to have to save him. But yeah, really good chapter. I'm really not sure what they're going to do to save the kids. I think it might end up being the Nami or the Robin thing, worst case, towards the end. But then that's still not going to solve the problem. Excuse me. But I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to try to hop off here before I get any more tired and start yawning anymore on screen. Good chapter. I was very excited for it. Let's hope next chapter is even better. We're going to get a color page spread next week because of the anime coming back too. So congratulations, anime watchers. We'll get more anime back. And for the first time, I think ever, the One Piece English dub is caught up to the English sub. Excuse me again. Because it's been on break, hiatus, whatever you want to call it now for, I think it was like 6 months or something? 9 months? I don't watch the anime very much anymore. I'm actually really behind on the anime. And it's just because I started reading the manga so much longer ago now that I read the manga literally every time it comes out, and I keep up to date with it and content from One Piece, from other YouTube content creators, right? So in terms of the verse, I already know, even in the anime, I see anime clips too. I know what's happening and things that happen in the anime that don't happen in the manga, etc. Like all the cool stuff. So once I already kind of see all that, it really kills the anime from a watching standpoint for me. Because when I first started the One Piece anime, it's goated. And One Piece is still like my favorite anime manga, essentially, because of its awesome story. But the difference is now, when I go to watch the anime, I'm no longer getting anything new. It's not fresh. It's not hype. I know what's coming. The manga has taken that place for me. And I am very happy about that, because since reading the manga, don't get me wrong, the anime clearly got me so loved in the story that I started reading the manga, and I do it all the time now. But the manga has had some chapters that I've read since I've been reading that have absolutely blown my mind. Like, so awesome to get to read when they come out. It mind-blowing for the community. Just awesome. And if I was an anime only, I wouldn't get to be a part of that. So I guess if people are, excuse me, anybody watching this would have to be a manga reader or starting the manga. But congratulations for the anime coming back. It's going to be great. I'm going to try to get caught back up with the anime, but we'll see. That's probably one of those things I'll procrastinate, maybe by the end of this year. But like I said, congrats for the anime only people getting to get back on the One Piece grind. Great chapter. I'm looking forward to 11:45. We might get another break after 11:45, which should be okay with me. So let's just hope it's going to be a banger, because if it's going to end with that chapter on a break, we're probably going to get some real juicy stuff next chapter. So let's just keep it rolling, and we'll see how it goes. But anyways, hope everybody's had a good week. Hope everybody has a good week to come. Hope everybody had a great day. Go out, pet your cats, hang out with your friends, pet your dog, pet your pet, whatever it is. Have fun with them. Hug your family, tell somebody you love them, and just have a great day, okay? And I'll see you guys back next week. Bye.